Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Welcome back.
We're back to discuss Super Bowl 55.
Yes.
Tampa Bay winning 31-9 over Kansas City. And so Tom Brady won his
Seventh Super Bowl, which
seventh
is
Super Bowl.
more than any NFL team in history.
Yeah, in Tampa Bay, this is their second. And I forget what the last one was. Who was the quarterback? Brad. I forget his last name.
It wasn't that long ago. It was many.
2001? No.
It was 2003.
All right, I forget.
Which it was. Who played in Super Bowl? But who was like the
I forget what his
quarterback?
last name was. I
Pregame.
know he also played for Minnesota.
Trying to figure it out.
Who else he played for?
Quarterback. Who was it? Brad Johnson.
Brad Johnson. I couldn't remember his last name.
That's who he is.
Anyway, so yeah, Brady won in Tampa Bay won, which is surprising. Everybody was picking Kansas City. Remember the pregame? I think the five pregame guys there. It was four of them picked Kansas City, one picked Tampa Bay. So Tampa Bay had won it. I really was surprised. I didn't think it was going to be like a blowout in either way. I thought it was going to be close, no matter who won.
Yeah.
Kansas City just. I mean, I know people. I saw a lot of people complain about the officiating. I think the officiating had minimal to do with it. I mean, Kansas City wasn't scoring. That's all.
There was only I think 2 plays that really turned the game towards Tampa. There was the play. Remember how the tripping play? They called it on Kansas City, but really he didn't trip them. It was that one. Then what was the other one? It was like holding or pass interference or something. But no, I thought the officiating was fine. I thought they had a good officiating crew. I thought they did the right calls.
I'm not saying they're perfect. I mean, I don't think they did make some mistakes, but I really think it had minimal to do with the outcome of the game. Maybe Tampa Bay would have scored one less touchdown. I don't know. I mean, can't really go back in time and change the outcome. So I don't know what would have happened if one or two of those penalties didn't get called. Kansas City just didn't look like themselves.
No,
I know the offensive line, they're missing a couple of their stars, so I think that had a big impact on getting Mahomes more time. I mean, I never see Mahomes running backwards. Usually he's able to scramble to the right or left, and he's able to get rid of the ball. But he was running straight back. So I've never seen him do that before. And I know he also had he had turf toe or something. I'm not sure it was something to do with his foot. So I'm sure that didn't help his situation.
Someone said that he has leg surgery due during the. I don't know if that's true or not, but someone said, many people said that there's something wrong with his leg and that he's getting surgery for. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know if the concussion had a thing involved with it. I have no idea because he came back from a concussion recently.
Yeah,
too.
Who knows? But I don't think it did. I just think Kansas City just got outplayed. I mean, Tampa Bay's defense was phenomenal. It was phenomenal yesterday. I mean, just everywhere, which is pale comparison into their previous game. They played Green Bay the week before, and they couldn't get off the field. I'm really surprised Green Bay lost that game.
Oh yeah, it says right here, Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, it's turf toe.
Yeah, we'll have turf toe surgery.
So apparently turf toe, I've never had turf toe, but apparently it's really painful. And so I'm sure they probably shot him up with something before the game, because he was limping noticeably more throughout as the game was progressing, especially in the last quarter. And you could definitely tell.
I mean, when he first came out, the first quarter, he normally runs onto runs with the team, but he was walking very slowly. So, and he normally doesn't walk like that. So clearly there was something wrong with his foot or whatever. But it seems like that's the problem. So that's probably another reason why they didn't play so good. Is, there was just probably that, probably miscommunication as well. Just not good plays getting called, and he was just throwing it all over the place. Like he would try and run, then throw, and then he goes over the guy's head, and so I think he needs to take some time over the off season. Get that toe repaired, get back to his old self.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Kansas City's good. This won't be the last time they go to the Super Bowl.
No.
They're just too good. So he's a great quarterback. So I mean, one Super Bowl loss. I mean, I know Brady lost what? How many times he lost? 3 or 4 times.
Well, the recent one he lost was against the Eagles when he played the Patriots, which was Super Bowl 50. This is 55. So Super Bowl 53.
Yeah, so I mean,
Not that long
everybody
ago.
has their loss, but Kansas City's one of those teams that was going to go back to the Super Bowl, regardless of what happened. They were just once themselves. I mean, Tampa Bay basically double teamed Tyreek Hill the entire game.
He's a good player. I really like him.
I mean, I know he had over 100 yards, but I think a lot of that came in the last quarter during, let's just say, garbage time where he really wasn't going to make a difference. They were just blanketing him most of the game. Kelsey was the only other receiver that really did somewhat decent.
Yeah.
What do you have? He had 10 for 120. Let's say 133 yards. So that's his best receiver for Kansas City during the game.
He's a good player. I like him despite on another team.
Yeah, they didn't run the ball. They only ran I think maybe 10, 12 times the entire game. So that didn't help. But they were playing from behind, most of the game. I mean, the only guy who really showed up was a kick. He scored that only 9 points.
Yeah. I also think that Gronkowski definitely had a good game last night. He's 2 touchdowns. I mean, normally as a tight end, I mean, he's tall, heavyweight type guy. He normally doesn't have games like that where he can score 2 touchdowns. Like, it's kind of rare for him too, but
Gronkowski?
yeah.
Gronkowski's scored multiple touchdowns in a lot of games. I mean,
Well, maybe during
this year, yeah, he wasn't. And most of his career, he scored a decent amount of times. But this one season with Tampa, he was more of a blocking tight end for the most part. He really showed up in the Super Bowl, but he also did a lot of blocking because they kept him in to help Brady's. So Brady could stay upright because Brady, I don't think was even touched the entire game.
No, I think he was. I think he was sacked one time, and that was it.
He got sacked. Oh no, you're right. He did get sacked once in I think the first quarter. I think.
Yeah, and that was it. And he didn't get touched for the rest of the night. So
Tampa Bay just outplayed Kansas City. I think there's many reasons for the missing players for Kansas City on their offensive line. Them not running the ball. Maybe got a couple of officiating mistakes. But overall, it's not the officials' fault that Kansas City couldn't get in the end zone. They just played a bad game. Unfortunately, it was during the Super Bowl. I don't think Mahomes ever has lost by double digits before, and it's far his NFL career goes. I mean,
I don't think so either. Oh,
yeah, I mean, and Brady didn't light it up. He only had just over 200 yards, and three touchdowns. He not like he passed for 400 yards. He didn't, he didn't do spectacular. He was efficient. I mean, he didn't make any big mistakes. I mean, I think it was Green Bay. I think he threw 3 interceptions.
Yeah.
This game he didn't do that. So, they just outplayed Kansas City. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nobody. They can't really blame anybody else except for themselves for not showing up. I think Mahomes can only do so much. Especially when he's constantly under pressure the entire game. So
yeah, I mean, all I could say is that
it's
disappointing if you're a Kansas City fan, but
yeah. I mean, I don't know how I felt about Brady winning another one. I mean, okay, he's kind of like one of those plays. Like if you hate him, you're lucky to watch him play. I mean, there's plenty of plays that I think of when I think of like Tom Brady that I hated, but I'm glad I got to see them play, and I think they was spectacular. Like Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan was unbelievable. Like Joe Montana. We couldn't see him when my team was the Patriots. They played 49ers, and you just couldn't stop him, and it was nerve-wracking. Or like Troy Aikman back in the day, who was like just phenomenal. These players, there was like special players that you had to see them play in order to appreciate it, even if you hated when they went against your team and they won. There's certain players like I wanted to see Rodgers get back to the Super Bowl, Kansas City. I like to see Cleveland go to the Super Bowl. They've been terrible for so long. You almost feel bad for teams like that. They just don't get the opportunity, or like the Chargers, or I don't know. There's a bunch of different teams. It was nice that Tampa Bay got a Super Bowl win. I mean, Kansas City got last year, so now Tampa Bay. I know Tom Brady's going to stick around for another year. I don't know if Gronkowski is, but
Gronk will be back next season.
And they got a lot of players that they have to try to get under contract. So I'm sure that, their offense is not going to look the same. I mean, there's just too much talent to try to keep them all. So who knows if they'll even make the playoffs next year. But when you always have to have the Brady factor. You always count them out, and then they're doing really well. So
yeah,
who knows? It was a good game overall for if you're a Tampa Bay fan. It sucks if you're a Kansas City fan, see your team lose like that. But
yeah, there's always next year. I mean, if they
that's right.
I think if Mahomes, gets his foot under control, gets everyone back on the field practicing ASAP, maybe get some more good people throughout the draft. I think they could go back to the Super Bowl, but obviously, it depends who they're playing, but I don't see them going away from the Super Bowl anytime soon. They have way too much talent.
Yeah, and they're all young, so I'm sure they're definitely going to be going back. I don't think it's a big deal.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a big deal. Don't get me wrong. Losing the Super Bowl is a big deal, but for being a young team, they're going to have plenty of opportunities. At least that's what I think. I just don't see most of the teams on as talented as Kansas City. So I don't see how they would not get back to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's just gonna do it. Just want to give our thoughts about the game. So if you guys have any thoughts about what the outcome of the game, if you're excited or if you think it sucks, Kansas City lost, put your thoughts on down below. And as always, hit that like and subscribe.
Until next time.